writing your paragraph, because these phrases are very good to remember and easy to remember for your daily life. All right, guys, today, 3rd of June, we are recording this call, and the topic today, idioms and expression. We already welcome Fatima. We talk with her in detail. We listen to her, all her experience and everything from past 1 hour. I didn't record all of it because obviously we just, if you want to talk to her, you have to come and talk to her and make a call. Not like by recording calls or listening to her. Anyway, we have discussed previous 20 expressions or idioms before in my previous call, which is not recorded, but this book is available on my Google Drive. Okay, I will tell you the name of this particular book which I'm using, but the reason I picked this book is it has got very norm, daily routine kind of expressions and idioms which are easy to remember. So let's crack on before further ado. And that expression number 21, as I explained, sleep on it, which means think about it. You can take your time to think about it, something before you make a decision. So the example here is, that sounds like a good deal, but I would like to sleep on it before I give you my final decision. It's kind of a lesson here as well, that never ever give or do a quick impulse decisions, which means quick decisions. Because sometimes it can be wrong, especially Basia if you're listening, okay? Don't rush to give decisions, also take decision. You have to sometimes sleep on it. Certain things might reflect you or give you another opinion once you sleep on it. That means you go home, discuss with your family friend. You go home, before you sleep, probably think about it. Okay, my boss asked me to change the location or change the position. What should I do? Before I give my final answer, I need to just think from perspective. I have talked in detail on my lecture, decision and smart decision. What's the difference and what are the key factors you need to keep in mind? So you can go back and refer that before you take decision, what kind of things you need to bear in mind. But let's not go back to that topic right now. The topic right now is something else. So very good phrase, sleep on it. Make a habit of sleeping on decisions. Okay? Expression number 22, take it easy, relax. I don't have to go back into detail with this one, we all know. 23, to get the ball rolling, or in other words, get the ball rolling. That means start something, especially something big. For example, sometimes somebody says to me, okay, I have got an idea that why don't we talk on this topic today? Yes, let's start. Or I can say, let's get the ball rolling. Why not? Good idea. Or somebody give you some kind of a task or project. Then, once you're ready, you can say, okay, you know what? I am ready. Let's get the ball rolling. Or we have example here. We need to get this project started as soon as possible. I am hoping you will help me get the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling is just initial step, like a ball rolling down. But before ball roll down, you have to throw it. That's called get the ball rolling. Okay. Number 24, up to the minute, means the most recent information, which means, like most of the time you heard news or you read newspaper or some kind of information. Sometimes people ask you, is it up to the minute? That means, is it up to date? You have got so many versions of documents, so many versions of stories, so many versions of different level of or a draft and etc. But you need to make sure, is it up to the minute? Is this information updated one or not? So that's what it means. So the example here now is, I wish I knew more about what's happening in the capital city. We need more up to the minute news. So updated news. Okay, so we come to Fatma and we say, what is up to the minute news you have, or what is up to the minute, or what is the recent information you have about the city, or what's happening. Or for example, Sushila from Nepal, who just came and give us the heads up in other daily use. Something came up in my mind, which means, give me the heads up. That means give me the up-to-date information, or give me or fill me up. Fill me up is not, it doesn't represent this most recent, but what's the update? What's the update? What's up to the minute? So that, keep in mind, this one is very useful. 24/7, which means obviously all day long, every minute of every day. Don't have to explain this one. 25th, 26th is right. Okay, let's see where is 20. Okay, we have got few more examples there before we move to number 26. Right. Okay, we will see those examples first, which means they started from alphabetically. So I will quickly run through and scan through those ones with you guys, and hopefully we'll find some useful one. So the first one is, account for. That means, for something, which means, who's be accountable for. That means to provide an explanation or answer for something. The bad weather accounts for the fact that few people came to the meeting. I mean, it's not very up-to-date one. So I'm not going to keen on this account for you guys. You might get confused. After all, we all know, considering the fact that something happened, something that is usually assumed, you don't need to phone him. After all, he never phones you. The after all is very norm and daily one. All of a sudden, we know that all of a sudden you just woke up, or suddenly without advance warning, all of a sudden it became cloudy, or it became, rainy, or the weather changed. All of a sudden, so many examples. Okay, guys, I'm going to skip all these examples. Let me find out if we can go back to those points, one which I like very much. Okay, looks like it that we haven't got point 25 on here. So I'm going to move quickly and discuss that exercise which I have given all of you guys before. And because somebody asked me a few questions from that expression. And okay, let me just try this book quickly before I move on to another one. I think, Safi, you did all the points right on that idioms, right? Which one I'm talking about? Let me just bring it up. This one. So what I would like you to do quickly is, okay, I will try to just do quickly. Now, a few people were confused about this phrase, that this is great, this is a great quote. It will keep you as warm as dash. Options are tea, toffee, porridge, toast. Now people were confused. Idioms represent metaphorically, or they represent expressions. They have got nothing to do with grammar. They don't have nothing to do with the grammatical rules, or textual rules and other things. They're specific, which you need to remember them and learn them by heart. However, sometimes when you have some kind of phrases or idiom comes in front of you in writing form or shape, you can use as a common sense as well to evaluate or determine which is the right one. For example, I'll give you the example on a couple of them. This is a great quote. It will keep as warm as. Number one option is tea. Now, first of all, he's talking about, it's about the coat which he has to wear. And why he's talking about? To represent that it's making me feel warm. Now let's analyze the option. Number one option is toffee. Second is porridge. Now toffee and porridge is not warm all the time, is it? Because, they are sweet, and porridge is obviously, it's not necessary. We can use it as a kind of a hot term all the time. So these two eliminate straight away. Now option left, tea and toast. Yes, these are warm. So tea, you cannot say because it's a liquid form, and hypothetically speaking, it's not very good term. Now toast is the closest one, as warm as toast, because toast, once it's simply a bread if it's not hot. So once you toast it, once you warm it up, it becomes toast. What is the example here is that this is a great quote. It will keep you as warm as toast, because you have to keep the toast warm all the time. All right, so this is the way you can try to evaluate and analyze the options. Okay, I have got one here which is very, very good idioms, and now you can use, I will quickly go through with this one. English idiom commonly used in daily languages. Now, I like some of them very, very much, and I use them from here. I will quickly go through a couple of points if time allows me. A blessing in disguise. It's very, very, very good and common and professional if you use it. Now, what's the meaning? The meaning is something looks bad, but it is actually good. You know, something looks ugly like coconut, like, you know, pineapple. It just doesn't look as tasty by look of it. But that's blessing in disguise. That means something hidden inside it, which is good. Now, let's analyze the example. Accidentally registering for the wrong class was actually a blessing in disguise. That means, first of all, he enrolled himself for something which he was not aware of, which is basically a wrong class. But actually, he found out it was good. It was blessing in disguise. For example, let's put it on a reality base. You sometimes confuse about whether I should read this book or not. So you start reading it, and it goes, wow, I'm glad I'm reading this book. It's actually blessing in disguise. Or, you know, about going to a party or going to the gathering or coming to this call or anything which turns out to be good, which looks bad but turns out good. You can use this idiom or a term or expression, that blessing in disguise. Disguise is obviously which is hidden thing, you know, like people use disguise clothes and, you know, stuff like this. Okay, who's messaging? Okay, so ignore the message. Now, second one, action speaks louder than words. Now, which explains me, I'm a more kind of action words, which means words doesn't speak itself. You need actions to prove your point sometimes. So action are more important than words. Now, we also use lots of terms that, you know, speak from your action or practice with preach, what you preach, so many things. But this is the most professional and accurate one to say this. That you say you love me, but action speaks louder than word. That means don't just say it, prove it, do it. Okay? And, you know, that explains all. Piece of cake, easy, which means, you know, I don't have to explain to you guys. Piece of cake, very, very commonly used. Beating about the bush or beating around the bush, you might heard me using this a lot. I say this when I give example of my 5S. Slow, short, simple. The reason when I say short, people beat about the bush, beat around the bush. That means, you know, okay, let's see the meaning. Not discussing what is important or what somebody asked. Procrastinating. Now, procrastinating, if you remember a few days ago, especially to you, Basia, I've explained this procrastination, what is it all about. That means you engineer the talk, you set the priorities, or you should know what needs to do or what needs to say or what needs to discuss first, rather than jumping the guns, rather than walk before you run. Or run before you walk. I apologize, my mistake. Run before walk. That means, you know, you go fast, you're jumping up the guns or you're jumping the steps, right? You need to just be on this topic or be specific and avoid the unnecessary information. It's called don't beat around the bush. So let's hear the example. I needed to study, but I kept beating around the bush. I mean, you know, well, example is not as ideal, I use it, but you know the point, that I needed to study, but I kept beating around the bush. That means, you know what, I've tried to stay what is important for me. Big task on your hand. Explains as we speak, or explain itself by reading it, that big task on my hand. So right now Fatma has got big task on her hand to settle down, find out the appropriate and accurate accommodation, food, and everything. So let's hear the example. My teacher gave me a new assignment, so I have a big task on my hand. Safi has got big task on his hand. He's got IELTS exam on Saturday. Now, Basia has got big task on her hand. She's moving country in very soon, nearest future time. Right? People have got big task on their hands when they're busy. That means they've got big task. Very, very easy and good for you. Try to use them in everyday life. Break a leg. Now, very, very good. Wishing someone to do well. Good luck. Now, few days or few weeks or not month, but 1 month before probably, somebody was trying or somebody was confused about finger cross. Okay? And now I can determine, I can tell you here, break a leg, wishing someone to do well, good luck. You will do fine on your presentation. Go break a leg out there. Now, this is for a third party term. Now, finger cross, that means you are waiting or you wishing for somebody else to do something. Yes, you can use this term, I finger cross for you. But I use more appropriate and better is this break a leg. For example, Safi, you have got exam on Saturday. Go break a leg, mate. Okay? Wishing somebody good luck. Somebody is about to start the race or some kind of a competition in his life. Say, go, you can do it. Go break a leg out there. It's an encouragement. It's an influential thing to say somebody. Okay? All right. Who's keep messaging me? Let me just check. Guys, please avoid messaging me while I am on this call. It just distorts me or disturbs me a little bit. Anyway, can't stand. That means, obviously, that I can't stand this heat. I can't stand this kind of environment. I can't stand this negative person. I can't stand this heat. I can't stand this, something which is negative around you, something which you don't like. So I can't stand having to do homework on Sunday. You don't like to do homework on Sunday, that's in other words. So can't stand. Check out that. Give that a look. Very simple. Check you out. Check out that. Close but not cigar. I mean, this is the good and hard to remember, but it's very good. And, it's like you've nearly achieved your results, but in a lame terms, you say, close but no cigar. It's to use those too close to get 100% result, or too close to get perfect result, but you fail in the end. And you can use close but no cigar. Now people will say, wow, what does that mean, close but no cigar? That means I was close enough for perfection or getting 100% result, but close, but a little bit in the end, I didn't made it 100%. So let's save the example. You got 79% on the test, almost a B grade, close but not cigar. And so it's make a note of it, remember it, and I don't use this a lot, I have to admit, and I will use it from now on. Close but no cigar. Very good. Okay, don't sweat it. That means, don't sweat it. Obviously, sweating means, you're worrying about it. It shows some kind of, struggle or striving gesture from your body. So don't sweat it. That means don't worry about it. You accidentally scratch my car, but I don't care. Don't sweat it. Okay? Don't worry about it. It's all fine. Don't sweat it. It's very, very uncommon, but it's very, very good. Driving me bananas. So, 2 days ago, no, not 2 days ago, today I think I was reading a message from Bas here to Leslie. They were talking about kids making me so much panicky, and they wander around all the time, they've been naughty, they start walking recently. So what you can use, they're driving me bananas. Okay, now for a term what we use in British term for the kids, they go ants in the pants. That means they're naughty, they cannot stick on one place, or they cannot they just always wander around. They always like going here and there. They go ants in the pants. Okay, so that's one more bonus for you to remember. But you can say, okay, these guys or these kids are driving me bananas, making me feel crazy. Let's hear the example. My very loud neighbors are driving me bananas. That means making you crazy. Now the noise is coming for driving me bananas. Please mute your microphone. Okay? That's a good one. I like that. Okay? Let's move on. Easier said than done. All every time you say, man, somebody just talking about, it's easy, go there, drive a car in. For example, Fatma was saying that, the driving car is maniac here, there's too much traffic, there are too many buses around. Well, if you ask them, if you ask Fatma, or Fatma say to somebody that, it's easier said than done. It's hard actually, okay? Let's hear the example or meaning first. Easy to say, but hard to actually do. And let's hear the example, or let's see the example. Changing the world is easier said than done. Now that's kind of like sometimes the ideal state kind of a mind, people use those terms. But still, if somebody tells you, go on, clean all the room, it's easier said than done. It's not easy, there's so much mess. You can use it, it's very, very common. Get out of town, that means I don't believe you. Well, I don't use it a lot, we don't use it in British town, but it's more American side of it. But get out of a town, that means I don't believe you. Let's read the example. You got an A in your finance class. Get out of a town. Now it's kind of a exclamation or kind of expression, a sudden shock, which kind of from your face you can show the expression. Get out of it, really? Get out of town. That means I don't believe you. All right, it's very good. If you want to use it, remember it, fine. Let's move on to the next one. Get over it. Forget about the past, which you might hear me saying so many times. Get over it. Let's move on. Forget about the past. Keep the past in the past. Don't dwell on your past. Just learn your mistakes from past and keep the problems in the past. Okay? You only have to remember that what you have learned from those mistakes and from past. That's all you have to remember. Nothing else. So what we can say, get over it, like move on. Last one here is gone off track, which means that you are out of track, or forget about what you're actually aiming for, what's your actual target and goal is. Forget about your future goal. Example is, my friend really got off track because he failed 3 classes this semester. You can say that, this person or my cousin really got off track or gone off track with his new friends. That means, just gone out of a track. And it's not negative all the time. You can use in any kind of expression, positive, negative, neutral, all kind of scenarios. So I will keep it as it is at the moment, because I will give you guys 10 minutes each to, bring up what you have done the homework and research about. And please make a note of all these ones which I've talked about. And yes, oh sorry, I didn't say that. Okay. And so let me just stop this call, then I'll give you guys one by one chance to speak and share your expressions or idioms or anything what you have got to share. Okay, who want to go first? Does anybody have got something to share with us? Safi or anybody else? Rosa, you? Yes, Rosa. Can you talk, Rosa, now? Right, has anybody have got anything to share on this topic? Because I told you guys, please do some homeworks before you guys, okay. Right, I will stop the call if you guys have got nothing to share on this topic. And, just we will keep it very short and sweet. Okay, thank you.